we, for once, have the four of us today, so that's fantastic. I would say it's a kind of a anniversary of the show, but it's not. Anyway, today the theme that we're gonna talk about is mobile games. But since we like to do things our way, we are doing mobile games from the comfort of our home because I'm too lazy to take my phone and play outside.
All right, full time to shine, like you always do.
Before I start on this one, because I said I would make a notice of what the plans were, Lord of the Rings Rise to War. The streaming was quite successful and I kind of enjoyed it. And to be honest, the amount of time that I spent, even though it was like a 6.5 hour stream, I actually realized that afterwards, if I was going to make like a 20-minute video, I'd probably end up spending a similar amount of time making my assets, doing the pictures, get everything set up on OBS, record it, switch the file, get rid of everything ready, then compose it, go into the video. Anyway, I just figured, actually, that's probably more effective and more useful and more fun because it's quite nice to be engaging. This weekend, I will stream on both days, 4th and the 5th, Saturday and Sunday, at 3 p.m. UTC, game time, server time, which is 11 p.m. for me, probably for however many hours. Last time I keep thinking it's going to be 2 or 3 hours, and it easily escalates into sort of like these ridiculous 6 or 7 hour sessions. This week, my priorities on Saturday, we're going to be discussing Season 2 politics and the complexities involved, the size of factions causing problems with unity inside the factions, disappointing distribution of figures and the lack of numbers in 3 or 4 of the factions, map design, does it make natural enemies and natural allies, best starting commanders, how roleplay should be roleplay, and then like last week, we'll also have the drop in and chat with a drink at the end of the session, which I've now got set up for Discord, and people can even come in and stream their stuff onto Discord, and I can stream their stream on my stream in an inception, confusion, madness of streaming. In fact, if you are in the channel, you could stream your stuff and use some sort of device to stream somebody else's stuff onto yours, and we would just have this endless sort of like Lord of the Rings peoples going on. Anyway, what I wanted to say is Lord of the Rings, I think, is interesting in that Season 2 has begun and it brings a whole lot of different challenges to it. And I've spoke before on this channel about Season 1, and at the end of Season 1 I got bored and I kind of like had a bit of a burnout and I was just fed up of it, and you could probably tell by there was a lack of videos and content that was just like, oh god, will this server just end already? As it dragged for like 4 weeks. We're waiting 4 weeks for the server to end. I know a lot of people are having that problems with their server ones. Bear with it. Season 2 is very different. The start is very different, and everything that they've offered, they've given more content. The packs are different, and there's so many people on the servers that instead of sort of having 1 or 2 big strong factions that are realistic for the ring, it's kind of like 5 or 6 factions. Although, like I said, there's going to still be a problem where there's 3 or 4 factions where just nobody plays them, and they're just going to get steamrolled, and you've wasted your 2 months. But yeah, Season 2 so far, I am enjoying it. We're a week in. It's madness. It's crazy. I played over the weekend, and that was just sort of like getting used to the starting play. But there is so much involved. And I lost in the first 24-hour period, guys. They give you this bonus where like it's less stamina to do things. You take less permanent losses. So you've really got to capitalize on that. And the people that make the effort and they manage to get that, they are so far advanced because they take like half losses and they use half stamina. That 1 day period, if you grind it hard and you have no life or no job, or you work on your computer and you can put 24 days in, you can get 48 hours ahead. And somebody who maybe only plays 4 hours a day, you can end up being literally 5 days of their gameplay ahead of them. So it's weird because the game came up on a Thursday, which is just a horrible day. And obviously I missed like about 12 or 14 days, so was already behind. So the weekend I was mainly playing catch up and struggling because you've got to control and take tiles around you. And because I missed that period and my faction was big and busy, that loss of being able to farm the tiles near me, I logged on and just everything had gone near me. So basically, it's not just a stage of being trying to play catch up. It's trying to play catch up and not being able to because there's literally nothing around you. So it's taken me some days to sort of like expand and get forts out to increase my sphere of influence so I can send my armies out. So it is essential, that early gameplay. So people who are good at getting into season 2 probably need to take the day off work, sick day, pretend you're ill, grab COVID, whatever works, just share a drink with your friend who's got COVID and you will be fine for the day. Make the most of your game.
You'll be fine for 2 weeks.
5 to 2 weeks, yeah, you'll be well ahead. That'd be the best way. Tactical use of COVID for if you're in a country that supports, sick leave for COVID.
So are you able to catch up?
I'm nowhere near as caught up as some of the others are. And the problem as well is that some of these people are massive whales. And I've said this to Adam, and I think last week we were talking about it. There are people in this game that I know that have spent, and they are mid-level whales. I see their gear is like half, of the maximum it should be, and they're about $3,000 or $4,000 in. And I came across a guy today, and he's got like about 10 different characters, and they've all got the maximum level of gear. And I'm talking, he must have put in, no joke, about 20,000, at least 20,000, if not more US dollars. So there are people, when you get into season 2 and you mix with these people, you're just like, holy gosh. But the game counters that a little bit. I mean, everyone points them out and they say, this guy, watch out for this guy as his army's marching. But because of the stamina in the game, you can only actually march with that army like 7 times. And then after 7 times, you've used their like 140 stamina, and you have to slowly wait for their stamina to respawn before you can even march the army again. So you can kind of like play a chess game in that you need to have a tile next to theirs to attack. So you basically end up playing chess, trying to like move your army around, and their army move to attack your army, or then try and capture their tile so they don't have a connecting one. So it turns into this. The fight against the whale is not, I'm going to throw my army at you. It's, I'm just going to run around in circles and make you waste all of your stamina. So you've got this expensive army that's cost you thousands, but you ain't doing jack, boy. You're chasing ghosts.
How long is the season?
What did Jamil say? One of ours used...
somebody on their server used $10,000 in season 1.
One season is what? 1 month, right?
2 months.
2 months.
So $10,000 in 2 months.
So at that rate, he'll spend 60,000 in the year.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, I've seen your mobile phone bill. $60,000.
Probably some single lawyer is making like $200K a year, and they're just like, throw it away.
But I mean, like, is Lord of the Rings similar to like Clash of the Clans and stuff, where like people like big YouTubers or streamers that they spend 10, 20K and they make it up back because of advertising and fees and sponsorships and that sort of stuff. So
I think Phil's the biggest streamer on this game currently.
No. There are some of these guys there's 3, I think, at like the top end, which is sort of like they're having 15,000 views on their videos. So the game is big. There are a lot of people in that game. There's sort of like maybe there's about 20 or so streamers that I know that are in like the affiliate program, the Fearless Pioneers program with the game. And there's a lot of different content and people, and now they split the servers up to like role play and mixed. So, you can end up with more variety and people are going to be able to do more content. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so Jamil says he just invited his wife, and then he spent $2,500 for his wife yesterday. So between the two of them, they've spent $12,500. So that's a very understanding wife, though. I mean, hey, that's a keeper right there. If she's like, drop the money.
$100 packs. So it's like, oh, I love you, baby. Did you buy me flowers? No, I've bought you 25 packs in this game.
Oh my God, I love you forever. You're the best.
It is, isn't it? Sorry.
No, I'm just curious. Does the game prevent like cloistering of whales in a particular faction?
No, you can go together. But I mean, it doesn't, because of how the servers have merged this season. So you've got like 6 servers from the original one or so that have been merged together. So what's happened is, like a lot of people from maybe that one server, half of them, they've all come together, and half of them, like for our server, went to a good guy faction and half went to an evil faction, and they kind of stuck together to make 2 solid groups. But because that's happened with 6 servers, like everyone's got like 2 solid groups, or maybe even more, that are all coming into the game, and they're distributed out because factions have a certain size limit, or just out of interest of where you want to go. So on our server, I can already see now there's like 5 contenders for the ring out of the 10 factions. So it'll be depending on politics and the small factions being kingmakers, or who ends up annoying each other, because at the end there can only be one faction that takes the ring. So it depends on how the politics works. And to be honest, that has been most of my last 3 days. Once I've finished streaming, my days since then have been in chat rooms with other faction leaders and fellowship leaders, trying to sort out politics hardcore. And I mean, like between just our faction, the Rohan faction, I would expect there's probably been about 10,000 messages or so in the last 3 days over like 20 different chat rooms. It's been insane. It's pretty much a full-time job just to follow the politics.
Just to go back on the amount spent, is there any kind of warning, like when you play, don't remember which game did that, maybe Age of Empires or something, you have been playing 3 hours, maybe it's time for a coffee break or something like this. Do they do this for the amount spent? You have been spending $1,000. Do you realize that maybe you should stop for the day? Something like this.
We have activated Quick Buy on your account. Now you can buy up to 10 packs at one time.
Sounds like a
Don't worry
Kojima
about
thing.
that.
All of his
I'm
games
gonna
do
buy
that.
for you.
No. Well, I mean, they were pretty smart about it in season 2. Like they increased the what you got for your money. They kind of like did better, like season passes for $20 US. They made it so that if you're even a part-time player, then you're probably still going to pay the $20 just for the bonuses that you get to really unlock the characters. And they also reset, because they had like all the gems that you could buy, all the packs. They were like those, now double gems. Buy $100 and you get $200 worth of fake unicorn coins. And they basically reset it in the season. So now everybody logged back in and went, oh, look at that now. I can get double fake unicorn coins for my money again. I'll spend it all. And things like that. So what they call it? They're gems, not fake unicorn coins, but the same thing.
Fake unicorn coins is a way better name.
Yeah. Better than
Although-
those real unicorn coins.
Although an acronym doesn't work very well for them. I've just realized. Fake unicorn coin.
Oh, yes.
Well done, man.
That could be kind of catchy, though. You can make a crypto out of that as
Fake
fake unicorn coins. Trying to
I've
buy
got
some.
I've got no fake unicorn coins.
All
Well,
right.
I think it's already time. Do you have any news for us today, Adam? Or?
No, I actually didn't have any news because I figured we would probably take a while.
4 people, yeah.
Mhm.
So, and I
That's
figured if
cool.
there was any news, Korean probably had it. So,
All right, so don't
Oh,
forget.
I did mean. Well, so there was one thing I would say.
Sure.
We are edging slowly. We were going super fast. We've slowed down a little bit, but we are getting there to the magical, mystical 1,000 subscriber specials. I don't want to mock it too much, but we're hitting the 750 mark, so we're not too far away. I am sure that between these 4 mighty brains, we will come up with some sort of subscriber special event or something that we will do.
We'll
or
have to
stream
do that for sure.
when we hit that mark.
Just
We
being
gotta-
the 4 of us together is already very special. You realize that?
I feel like that's less. Hey guys, subscribe. When you get 1,000, you'll get 4 of us again.
And then we'll do the take off our shirt stuff.
No.
And then we went down to 500 subscribers.
No, we get a strike.
that's right.
Oh God, yes, we would get a strike. Actually, yes. Antoine has. I do remember reading something along that line.
I just got told one of the Fearless Pioneers group, they got a strike for the Lord of the Rings. They're a Fearless Pioneer, make content for it. And apparently the intro screen sound, they used it for their video and then got a warning from YouTube.
Oh,
And
no.
basically contacted the company saying, what the hell is going on? So they said, oh, you have to, what is it? You have to go through the meticulous routine of appealing it and then waiting for them to contact and all that sort of stuff to release it. We just had to do it, I think. Somebody did it. Was it Antoine?
Antoine did it.
Korean?
Yeah.
They released the copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the guy reviewing it was the guy who gave us the strike in the first place too. So it was like, oh, this isn't going to go well, but it worked out. So
Out of this world. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. We should probably end up then because Anton needs to go to bed and I need to go out as well.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's all right. So just don't forget Phil's appointment this weekend for Lord of the
Yes.
Ring. And apart from that, see us again next week, same time. And
With
don't
some
forget, of
mystery
course,
topic.
to subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can reach the 1,000 and get this very special episode that we actually don't have any idea what to do yet, but we will.
We should
This is
find a
great
game that all
fast.
4 of us will stream at the same time.
Yeah.
Same
Exactly. All right. So thanks everyone for joining us tonight, and see you next week.
See you
Sure.
next time.
Take care.
Bye bye.
And we're